Are you looking to find a home in a great area under $250,000 in Birmingham, Alabama? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Snow with 𝐒𝐬𝐿𝐒 Realty, a local real estate agent here in Birmingham, Alabama. If you're looking for a home under $250,000 and a perfect place to call home in Birmingham, Alabama, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into the best places to live in Birmingham, where you can find a home at that price point. Whether you're a first-time buyer, downsizing, or just looking to stay for your own budget, I've got 5 great options to share with you. I've combined a couple areas that are nearby to each other, so keep that in mind. These houses are in no particular order, so if you have any questions about a particular city, please reach out. My calendar link is below as well, and my cell phone. All right, let's get into it. First area on this list, again, they're in no particular order, but Fultondale, Gardendale, Mount Olive. So we are just north of downtown Birmingham. I really like these areas, and they're all kind of right beside each other. Looking at some houses that would be in this area, kind of what you would see under that 250 mark. I think one thing to think about with this area is that days on market are a little bit longer in this area, which is a great thing if you're a buyer. But this one just went on the market. It's 2 days on market. This is Fultondale. This is kind of what you would see at that price point. There are going to be a lot of ranch houses and split levels at that price point. And this is Mount Olive. Again, you're going to see a lot of these kind of houses in Mount Olive, Gardendale, Fultondale, kind of at that price point. Of the 3, Gardendale would be the most expensive one, but again, this is kind of the idea of what you would see. This one obviously needs a lot of work, and I think it's probably priced a little bit high for what it would need. This is a nice house. I've been to this one. This is a flipped house, 3-bed, 2-bath. This is kind of the size of the house that you would get in this area. There's one more I was going to show you. This is another great one. I've been to this one in Mount Olive as well. Again, this is kind of what you would see at that price point in Mount Olive. Gardendale, Fultondale, Mount Olive, they're all great schools. Especially at this price point, I think it's a great area to look if you want to be at that price point. Next place I want to highlight is 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒. So 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒 is just west of downtown Birmingham. You're probably 30 minutes, depending on how far up into 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒 you go. You're probably 20 to 30 minutes to downtown. 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒, Concord. I even include Rock Creek into that. They're kind of all the same, really. The farther you go out, the more rural it gets, obviously. But I really like this area, especially under 250. It's a really good area. Let's look at a couple houses in that area. Again, at that price point, you're going to see a lot of ranch style houses similar to this. You also have the ability, especially in 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒, to get a house with a little more land on it, especially as closer you get to 250. But again, this is kind of the style of the house you'll see. Higher you go at that price point, the more you're going to be able to see updated houses, obviously. And this one's only $169,000. So it's a really good area to find a house, especially at that price point. Like this one, this is a nicely updated house. This has been flipped. We're at $246,500, and it says Bessemer, but it's 𝐂𝐬𝐿𝐒. Sometimes it says Bessemer, sometimes it says Birmingham. I don't know why that is. It's just how Birmingham is. But again, this is kind of what you can start to see a little bit in this area. Like this is another one. There are some older houses. There's some houses in 𝐂𝐬𝐿e𝐒 that date back to the 1930s and 40s. And then you have kind of the houses built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But this one, I mean, it's on 1.3 acres. You got 215,000 and 1,100 square feet. It's a nice home. This is definitely one of my favorite areas. If someone needs to be at that price point and they're okay with a little bit of a drive into Birmingham, this is definitely an area that I recommend for sure. Another great area that I really, really like is Forestdale and Adamsville. And I kind of put them together as well because they're right beside each other. We are, as you can see, just kind of northwest of downtown Birmingham. Especially Forestdale, you're really just 15 minutes to downtown, if that. It's really, really close. Adamsville, you get a little bit farther, especially if you go farther into Adamsville, but you're still in that 20-ish, 25-minute range. So let's look at a couple options. Forestdale and Adamsville will be the house where you can find the least expensive. So this is a pretty updated 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet, listed for $185,000. It looks like a really nice house. Looks like something that someone's updated. This one's on 1.2 acres. Again, it's a very nice house that looks like someone's updated for $181,000. 1,500 square feet on 1.2 acres. So again, especially even under 200, I think this is the area. This is a good area to look in. Of the areas that I've mentioned, this is the one with the best potentially, especially under the 200,000. Again, 150,000. So 1,300 square foot house on half an acre. It looks good. It just needs maybe go in and paint. At this price point in this area, these are kind of the houses that you're going to see. Definitely in the smaller houses, especially in Forestdale, you can find houses for $300,000, $350,000, but you can also find houses like these. This one's in Adamsville, but 168,000 square feet on 0.6 acres. Again, it's a very nice house. It's a very nice little starter home for someone. I think it's a great area. Next area that I want to point out is the Pinson, Clay, Grayson Valley area. So kind of this little area right here. We are northeast of downtown Birmingham. And especially the farther you get up into Clay, because Clay goes a little while up into here, you can get into that 30 to 40 minute from downtown. Pinson, obviously you're a little bit closer, and Grayson Valley, obviously a little bit closer. But if you don't mind being a little bit farther out, these are great areas. They're good schools. You can find good homes up in here. So let's kind of see a couple of the options. So this is in Pinson. This is 245,000. It's 1,900 square feet, built in 2005. This is a good community. Again, these are kind of houses that you're going to see up here. They obviously have a lot of stuff in their house, but it's a very nice house. Again, you're going to see a lot of these kind of houses, especially at this price point. But again, 1,200 square feet. 225,000 is a great little starter home as well. Pinson, 224,000, built in 1980. This is a 4-bed, 2-bath house. Total is 1,500 square feet because it has a 475 finished basement. These are the style houses that you're going to see a lot of, especially in both those cities. But this is a flipped home. Again, 225,000 for a flipped home, and it looks to be very well done. So I think if you're at that price point, 250 and under, this is a great area. This is probably one of the more expensive of the ones I'm going to mention, but I believe you can still find a great house. Again, this one's a nice house. It's been updated as well. You got new floors throughout. They've obviously painted everywhere. And this one's $160,000 on 1.5 acres in Pinson. And so this one says trustful, but it is zoned 𝐂𝐻𝐿, so it's in that Clay area. But $239,000. It's total of 1,700 square feet, including the basement, built in 1979, and it looks to be updated as well. So again, under that 250,000, a really nice updated home, 4-bed, 2-bath. This one's in Pinson as well. This one has been updated, 151,000. This one's in Clay, another great home. Paint and put down some new floors, and it would be a great house as well. So I think that Pinson, Clay, Grayson Valley, there's a great area as well. Last but not least, Leeds, Alabama. So we're east of downtown, down I-20. Probably you can start to get to that 30, 45 minute range. Again, it just depends on where you are. If you start to go a little bit more south part of Leeds, you're definitely getting farther away. The farther you get from the interstate in Leeds, the farther obviously you're going to be. But I really like Leeds. It's a really cool little place. The Barbridge Vintage Motorsports Museum is there. Took my son there 2 weeks ago, had great time. There's a Bass Pro Shop there. There's also a Buc-ee's. For that price range, there are definitely fewer houses in this area. So that price point, you're gonna be limited the most at the price point. You can include Moody in that, and so you would have more houses, but Moody begins to get farther and farther out. You get to Moody, you can start to get into that 45 minutes to almost an hour to get to downtown. So I didn't include it in this, but Moody would be another area that would be kind of right beside Leeds. So this one is $230,000. I've been to this house. It's a very nice house, 1,400 square feet. It's been updated. And this is kind of the houses that you can see kind of at that price point. 0.3 acres, built 1973. Again, very well updated. There's no garage on it, but again, new roof, painted, all of that. And these are kind of the things that you can see at this price point. Another one, I have been to this one. It's a nice house as well. I will say one thing about Leeds is the 250 mark is a little bit harder in Leeds. Now it's doable, and that's why I showed it to you, but really it's the under 275. It's kind of the price point for Leeds. Once you get under 275, the numbers start to get less. But kind of that 275 and under is a great area to find something in Leeds. I just got some under contract at $260,000, which at this price point in Leeds is a great price point. So for this video, I just cut it off at 250. But if you increase that price point just a little bit more, up to like 275, it opens wide open, and there's a ton of options, a ton of flip options, a ton of renovated options. There's also some new builds in Leeds at that price point as well. So I think Leeds is a great area. So those are my 5 options. Again, they're not in any particular order. It just kind of depends on 1, how far out you want to be, and then 2, kind of what you want your house to look like. If being close to downtown is the most important thing, then I think the Fultondale Gardendale is probably your option. That's the closest one that you're going to get to downtown, or kind of the surrounding over the hills cities like Vestavia, Homewood, those kind of areas at that 250. And if the distance doesn't matter, I love the other areas, Hueytown, Clay, Pinson. I think those are great areas. I also really like Leeds. So when we're talking about where we want to be, I always want to start it off with how far do you want to drive. If driving doesn't matter, then that opens it wide open. If driving is really important, then obviously, like I said, the Fultondale, Gardendale, those are great areas to be in. I really like those areas. So if you have any questions about any of the cities I mentioned or any of the cities I didn't mention, I would love to help. All my information is below, my phone number, the link to my calendar to schedule a meeting. Love to help. Again, my name is �ԱDAM 𝐂𝐎, eXp Realty here in Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.